At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. I am the Matt Boss, and I get the privilege of being joined by Daniel Versteeg. And in just a moment, we'll have the matchup between top seed Denver and the Cyclones taking on the number 8 seed Boyden-Hull Comets, a Class 2A quarterfinal match, if you will, right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Top seed Denver, number 8 seed Boyden-Hull. And Daniel, this is going to be a good one. Not strangers to the postseason. They've met the last 3 of the last 4 years in the postseason.
Yeah, it's kind of these two have forged their own paths to Coralville many a time, and Denver obviously has had to do it fighting through that tough North Iowa Cedar League conference schedule. Boyden-Hull coming out of Northwest Iowa, always competitive in Class 2A, so really interested to see how they square off on opposite ends of the seating.
Let's take a look at the road to state. First of all, for the top seed Denver Cyclones, there's that impressive record, 44-3 on the season. Defeated a South Central Calhoun team in the Region 1 final. They are led by Channing Johnson, the career assist leader in the program. She surpassed her own sister. I'm not sure how friendly that is, but she's averaging 9.8 assists per set, second best in 2A. And they're led by Grace Mullahan, an identical twin to Bailey Mullahan. You'll hear those two names a lot, and those are the two leading hitters for this Denver team.
Yeah, they do. Both of them do different things well. Bailey's kind of the bulk attacker, gets more of the kills, while Grace is more efficient. She takes advantage of her attempts more often.
Taking a look at Boyden-Hull and the Comets, of course, one of the stories making the jump from 1A to 2A. They've qualified the last couple of years in 1A, making the jump to 2A. 19-12 record from the Siouxland Conference. Upset Hinton in a 5-setter. I believe it was a reverse sweep.
It was, yep.
And in that Region 6 championship, they're led by a pair of sisters as well, Clara Hoig and Elsie Hoig. Clara Hoig is the senior setter, 7 assists per set, also is very adept at hitting. And And her top target is her sophomore sister, Elsie Hoig, 3.5 kills per set on the outside.
Yeah, you can't have a better connection than a couple of sisters going at it. I guess Denver might have the upper hand with their sisters being twins, but we'll have to see how things play out.
In terms of conferences, you mentioned Denver, part of that North Iowa Cedar League. And there are 4 teams out of that league here at the state tournament, a loaded schedule.
3 of them from the one
Central,
division.
yes.
Yeah, the Central Division. So the 2A bracket has kind of become the North Iowa Cedar League Invitational, if you will, here at the state tournament. And yeah, Boyden-Hull, Sioux Center was down here out of the Siouxland Conference. MOC Floyd Valley was a region finalist. So both teams are incredibly well battle-tested in the regular season.
We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll have the team introductions, starting lineups for this tournament matchup. You're watching Girls State Volleyball, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Boom.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a 5th-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena, Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Class 2A quarterfinal getting underway. We've had the all-large classifications already in the books. 5A and 4A is completed. 3A's got one more to be completed. This starts the 2A stuff in the quarterfinal. And we got the 1-8 matchup. Denver Cyclones taking on the Boyden-Hull Comets. And Daniel, you look at Denver's resume. 22 matches against ranked teams, 19-3 against those teams. They're 12-3 against the tournament field, all classifications. Denver, with those 44 wins, they're going to be really good.
Well, and even when you take a look at their 3 losses this year, they lost to Dike New Hartford in divisional play in the North Iowa Cedar League, but their other 2 losses, they're to 5A state tournament teams, Indianola and Ankeny. You just can't play a tougher schedule than Denver has. They've gone through the gauntlet already in this regular season, but as we've seen already in this tournament, the 1-8 matchup is no gimme. It could be Dike New Hartford from last year. It could be some no-name. It doesn't matter.
Right.
1-8 is no gimme at this tournament this year.
And as evidenced by last night, Sergeant Bluff Luton, 8 seed down in Cedar Rapids Xavier in a thrilling 5-setter.
Well, and that was, again, maybe people are watching this and seeing, okay, Denver's 44-3. Who's going to beat them? Well, Cedar Rapids Xavier was kind of the same way. They had come in, few losses. Sergeant Bluff Luton just kind of squeaked their way in an upset over Lewis Central. Maybe we got the same thing here with Boyden-Hull having to pull off an upset over a Hinton team that was ranked higher than them.
Comets 2-10 against ranked teams. They're 0-3 against the tournament field. These teams, this is the 4th matchup all time. They met in the regular season in 2022. They've met twice previously here at the state tournament, with Denver going 2-0, 6-1 in sets played. All of those meetings in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's a really solid matchup. And Denver, they've been here a number of years in a row, but they've never quite been able to get over the hump of winning a second matchup of the state tournament, beating Dike New Hartford.
That's been the one.
That's been the one. That might be the next round matchup. We'll have to see, but really interested to see what Denver can do this year.
We're moments away from the start of our match. Let's go to our public address announcer for the lineups and intros.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to today's 2024 Girls State Volleyball 2A quarterfinal matchup featuring the Boyden-Hull Comets and the Denver Cyclones. Fans at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school is asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Faith Kakmarinsky from Pella Christian High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athletic Advisory Council, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Boyden-Hull, Melanie Hoffmeyer.
Attack is wide. Point Hawks.
And from Denver, Jim and Shirley Buss. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game.
Lauren Elliott.
Fans, it's now time to introduce the players at today's 2A quarterfinal matchup. Let's meet the team from Boyden-Hull. Here are the Comets. Here's your non-starters. Number 2, Avery Veldkamp. Number 3, Jade Gehring. Number 5, Addison Mara.
Schubert with the serve.
Number 6, Jacqueline Bergstrom. Number 8, Kiana Lockhorst. Number 13, Erica Valink. Number 14, Lexi Ewalt. And number 15, Josie Rakusek. Your assistant coaches, Abby Eichmann,
with the kill,
Brianna Van Beek, and Owen Hoig.
Substitution for West Delaware.
And now here's your starters for the Comets of Boyden-Hull. A 5'4 senior, number 1, Riley Baumgars. A 5'11 senior, number 4, Raina Nibbling. A 5'8 senior, number 7, Mackenzie Rensing.
Attack is
a
wide.
5'8 senior, number 9, Clara Hoig. 5'9 sophomore, number 10, Elsie Hoig. 5'8 junior, number 11, Jenna Volink. And your libero is a 5'5 senior, number 25, Denny Bogard. Head coach for the Comets, Justine Dreyer. And now let's meet the team from Denver. Here are the Cyclones. Your non-starters. Number 1, Channing Johnson.
Point.
Number 2, Mackenzie Simmons. Number 5, Mackenzie McEwen. Number 6, Briley Ackerson. Number 7, Molly Tierney. Number 11, Lexi Benham. Number 20, Ava McPherson. And number 23, Haley Wilson.
Bell,
Your assistant coaches,
Point.
Paul Gable
Knights.
and Megan Newbro. And now, here's your starters for the Denver Cyclones. 5'10 senior, number 8, Maya Rosecrans. 5'8 junior, number 10, Madeline Hildebrandt. 5'11 junior, number 12, Bailey Mullahan. 5'8 freshman, number 14, Adina
with the kill. Point Knights.
A 5'11 junior, number 17, Grace Mullahan. And a 6'1 junior, number 18, Miley Term. Your libero is a 5'8 senior, number 15, Elena Akers. Head coach for the Cyclones, Jamie Johnson. Now, fans, let me introduce to you our officials for this 2A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your first referee, Nicole Wenstrand Larson. Second referee, Carrie Erickson. And line judges, Angie Cohn and Jeff Cohn.
Point Hawks.
You are watching the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Girls Iowa High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl, cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Class 2A quarterfinal, top seed Denver, 44-3. They've won 8 straight. Taking on the Boyden-Hull Comets. They have won 5 in a row, 19-12, the number 8 seed. Let's just highlight the starting lineups. Denver will run a 5-1, led by Channing Johnson, their very talented junior setter. Middle hitters, Grace Mullahan and Miley Thurm. On the left side, Madeline Hildebrandt and Bailey Mullahan. The right side is Maya Rosecrans. And the libero is Elena Akers. For the Comets, they'll run kind of a modified 5-1, if you will, and you'll see what we mean shortly. Clara Hoig, a very good setter. She's a senior. She'll be taking her talents to Augie next season. Elsie Hoig and Riley Bumgar's on the outside. The two middles, Raina Niblink, Mackenzie Rensink. Right side hitter, Jenna Volink, Denny Bogard, a very good libero in the back row. And we are set to go here. Class 2A quarterfinal contest. I am the Matt Boss, joined by Daniel Versteg on here, Court 1. Court 2, Davenport Assumption trailing a Class 3A quarterfinal 2-1, trailing set 4 against Western Dubuque 8-5. That is the final 3A quarterfinal. We had a thriller, Western Christian down Sioux Center in a thrilling 5-set. That was a heck of a match, Daniel.
It was, yeah, and you got two teams that are very familiar with each other, obviously, with Western and Sioux Center. The coaches know each other incredibly well, so, Sioux County showed up here. They're trying to show up in this one as well against a very good Denver squad.
Serving will be Clara Hoig, the senior, 38 ace serves, and here we go. We're underway here on Court 1 on the outside. Left side attack. Hitting it out of bounds was Murch, the freshman outside hitter. And it Boyden-Hull with a 1-0 lead. And the score is reversed. It should be Boyden-Hull. There's an attack and a big swing. Grace Mullahan, we'll be hearing her name a lot, a big swing there.
Yeah, you want to get your top hitters going early on, and getting Grace, getting Bailey Mullahan going will be crucial to Denver picking up a win here.
Maya Rosecrans, left-handed serve. She'll serve. She's on the right side hitter. Here comes Denver. They'll send a free ball across. See what the Comets can do. They'll set it up on the left side. Elsie Hoyt dug up by Denver. They'll attack, and down it goes. Another kill by Mullahan, I believe, and it's 2-1.
Yep, it was Grace Mullahan again, so 2 kills on 2 swings. You can't have a better start to the state tournament than that.
Rosecrans continue to serve, handled by Bogert out of the back row. Hoig on the left side, that's in the antenna, and Denver has scored the last 3. 3-1 Denver.
Yeah, just a little too much on that pass, and it kind of made Elsie have to swing off balance. Just didn't have the timing quite right at that point.
Rosecrans will try to continue the service run, serves it into the net, side out Comets. Both of these teams have played at this arena, and nerves always in play, but at least they've been here before.
Yeah, they've been here before, but, some of the girls, like you talked about with Adiana Murch for Denver, she's a freshman. She's never been here before, so there's all the new faces on these teams, too.
Denny Bogert, the senior libero, and she serves it long, and it's 4-2, side out for Denver. And serving will be number 10. This is Madeline Hildebrandt, junior, on the outside. Serves it to the cross court. Bump set by Hoig. Set off the net, hit over by Volink. Here come the Cyclones. Left side attack. Down it goes. Yes. Big swing by Bailey Mullahan. And another point for Denver.
And what Denver's been able to do such a good job is get good in rhythm, in system passes to both of their studs. Boyden-Hull's been kind of out of system. Serve receives not been the cleanest so far.
Bumgarson serve receives. Set goes to the right-hand side, and down it goes. They got the clean pass, Daniel, and Elsie Hoyt puts it away.
Right on cue. Boyden-Hull gets in system. They get a great first touch with Bumgarson, and you can see what happens when a team gets into system.
Elsie Hoyt, the outside hitter, the sophomore, 2-time all-conference. She's the top hitter for the Comets. She'll serve, play the back row, left side attack, down it goes. Big swing by Mullahan again, and it's 6-3. Mullahan with another kill.
And either way you say it, the Mullahans have a perfect swing efficiency. 4 kills, 4 attempts combined.
Told you we were going to hear that name quite a bit. Serving will be Denver. Cyclones on the serve. Comets set up in the middle. It's Rensink who puts it away. And it's 6-4 as the teams trade points.
And we know Denver's going to go to Mullahan, Grace, or Bailey most of the time. Boyden-Hull needs to, it's very comfortable to go to Elsie Hoig all the time. You got to get someone going, and getting Rensink going early should hopefully help.
Serve goes into the tape for the Comets by Addison Mara, 7-4. And back to serve will be the setter, Channing Johnson, all-time career assist leader in the program. Johnson, 43 aces on the season. She directs this Denver offense. Serve taken by Bogert in the back row. Set to the middle to Rensink. Bump back across by the Cyclones. Rensink on second effort puts it away for the Comets. Point Boyden-Hull.
Yeah, great job. Yeah, just sticking with it. They get that overpass back over. If you're going to get one of the few miscues from Denver today, you better know what to do with it.
Jacqueline Bergstrom rotates in to serve. Junior serving a defensive specialist. Johnson goes to the right-hand side. Comets dig it up. Here's Bumgars on the left for the Comets. Handled by the Cyclones. They'll set up left side. Mullahan. Comets back out to Bumgars. Gets it through the block and down. Riley Bumgars with her first kill. And it's a 1-point Denver lead.
That Denver block is really intimidating when you have a 6'1" middle in Miley Thurm, but Boyden-Hull's not phased. Bumgars is losing about a foot to her, and she still has enough to power through it.
Bergstrom to continue serve, and there's a big swing just in bounds by the middle hitter for Thurm. Miley Thurm with the kill, and it's 8-6.
Yeah, when she gets a swing, it's usually going down. She's hitting at a pretty cool rate of .368 this season. Hit 500 against South Central Calhoun in the region final.
Mackenzie McEwen serving, the sophomore for the Cyclones. Comets in serve receive. And here's the rotation where Clara Hoig, the setter, becomes a hitter. Now she'll set up to the middle to Nibelink, and I don't know if it cleared the tape. It'll be a point for Denver.
Yeah, that one, the block alters it. You got to try to change your swing a little bit, and unfortunately for Nibelink, that just meant it was left short.
McEwen serving with a 3-point lead, 9-6. Tough serve, handled by the Comets. Bumped across by Clara Hoy. Underneath it is Johnson. She'll go back to the middle. Big swing by Thurm. Comets scrambling, but they do get it across inside the antennas. Right side attack to the lefty, and down it goes. Maya Rosecrans puts it away, and Denver extends the lead.
So now I'm loving what I'm seeing from Denver. They got the Mullahans going early, got them in rhythm. Now let's start feeding it around everywhere else. Rosecrans finds the floor, and right now it's a 500 kill efficiency for Denver.
And then you get one of those. McEwen with the ace serve. Today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Our first ace of the match.
And nobody else but McEwen should do it, right? 40 aces now on the season. She's been a great server.
Another serve coming from McEwen. Good pass by Bogert. Outside Hoig. Tools it off the block. Clara Hoig with the kill ends the Denver run.
And that's when you start asking, is there anything Clara Hoig can't do? When she sets pretty much the majority of the match, and then that rotation gets the pass from her sister she's used to passing to, and she gets a great swing on it.
Bumgars to serve for the Comets. Needing to rally, down by 4. Set goes to the outside. Good touch shot by Murch. Murch puts it away. And a side out for Denver.
You change speeds a little bit. You prove you got some touch capabilities. That can go a long way toward making Boyden-Hull think about it.
Akers, the libero, she'll miss the serve. Side out for the Comets. Neither team has needed a timeout to this point. It's 12-8, set number 1, Class 2A quarterfinal contest. And the Comets will have serve. We're through one full rotation. Clara Hoig's got things started with the serve. A little officials timeout. They're wiping up the floor.
Yeah, Bumgar's had almost done the full splits in trying to line up for that serve. So got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Over on court 2, Western Dubuque still leading Assumption in the 4th set, 14-12. Western Dubuque up 2-1 in that 3A quarterfinal. Here come the Cyclones. They'll attack out of the middle, and down it goes. That's Mullahan with the kill, and it's 13-8.
Well, we talked about it off the top. When Grace Mullahan gets a pass, it's more often than not going to go down, and when you get a pass like that from Channing Johnson, it's just destined to be a point.
Rosecrans serving. Comets go to Hoig on the outside. Covered by Rosecrans. Set to the middle again. Punched up by Bogert. Hoig will send it across. Cyclones overpass, and it goes out of bounds. I believe it'll be a Denver point. 14-8 is the score. Daniel, I'm looking at the hitting percentage. 538 right now for Denver.
I mean, there's just not much more that needs to be said right now. Denver is doing just about everything they want to right now. And it looks like actually Boyden-Hull got that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of with you. I thought the ball had rolled along the net and hit the antenna on its way down, but now they're going to have to correct it because everybody else thought it was a Denver point too.
Getting a check with the score table, make sure they got the rotations and the substitutions handled.
Right. Yeah, because it's a side out, so now everybody's got to get that squared away too.
Substitutions in today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. So after all that, Comets will serve, and out of that unofficial timeout, who else but Grace Mullahan tools it off the block out of the middle.
Yeah, you just put them wherever they need to be, and they're going to make something happen. That's the mark of a good hitter right there.
Serving will be the Cyclones. This will be Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt back to serve. Bogert first contact. Hoig set to the right side. Tipped across by Elsie Hoig, the younger of the two Hoigs. Left side attack, Bolling. Dug up by the Cyclones. They'll send it outside. Big swing, covered by the Comets. Comets go back outside to Hoig on the right side. Good punch up by Akers to extend the point. Diving save and a beauty for the Comets. They'll send it across. Here comes Denver in system. Blocked back by the Comets. Longest rally of the match. Here we go. This is Mullahan asking for a touch, and it was.
Yep.
Mullahan got the kill, 15-9, Denver.
Great recovery all the way. I mean, everybody stuck around in it. They had enough stamina to keep fighting through it. A really hard-earned point for Denver.
Hildebrandt to continue serve. That one's going to go long.
Maybe that's the result of a long battle like that. The serve goes a bit wide, but Still just a really good battle there. I suspect we'll see a few more of those long rallies as the match goes along.
Elsie Hoig back to serve. She'll play the back row. They'll go to her out of the back row as an attacker. Set goes outside. Mullahan sends it across. Comets dig it up, and there is Hoig out of the back row. Boy, sometimes we're good at our job calling things, right?
Yeah, she just, again, proves why she's such a versatile hitter. Back row, front row, left side, right side, middle, doesn't matter. You get her a good pass, she's going to make you pay.
Elsie Hoig with the back row attack. She'll serve, overpass, and Comets unable to do anything with it. We have a side out for Denver, up 16-11. Middle stage of this first set of the quarterfinal. Back to serve will be Briley Ackerson in the rotation. Ackerson to serve, taken by Bogard. She handles the serve well. Outside, Bumgar's falling away and finds an opening.
That was an incredibly tough pass. Clara had to run from all the way from the net to the middle of the floor, had to bump it all the way to the outside, and then Bumgar's was a little off balance, still tooled it off the block. Just a great point.
Mara will serve for the Comets, trailing 16-12. It's been a 3 to 4 point set here, as the Comets until now haven't scored on serve in a while. That's another ace serve. Today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. 16-13, Comets within 3. We've had 2 aces, 1 by each team. Mara try to duplicate it. Johnson underneath it. Set goes to the outside. Blocked back by the Comets. Sent over by the Comets. Here come the Cyclones. Out of system ball. And it's a block. Mullahan blocked at the net. Point Comets.
That's Mackenzie Rinsink and Clara Hoig right there for it. And that was the second time they had denied a shot in that point, but that one results in a point for Boyden-Hull.
Might be Boyden-Hull's best surge on serve. Mara. Tough serve again. It's out of system, Denver, and there's a block. Solo block put away by Rensink, and the Comets within 1.
Boy, right now, everything is going wrong for Denver. We mentioned it. They were hitting 538, 1 points down to 348, and it's pretty much exclusively because of Boyden-Hull's block.
Mara will try to continue the run. She's got an ace during this 4-point run. Overpass by Denver. Comets see what they can do with it. They'll go back row to Hoig. Kept alive by Akers. Cyclones send it over with a Johnson. And what's the call?
I think we got a net violation.
It's going to go against Denver, and we are tied at 16. Tied at 16. Timeout called by Denver. We'll take a break. More championship volleyball when we return.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. Coralville, Iowa is our location, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We got a great first set in a 1-8 matchup. Our first 2A quarterfinal, Boyden-Hull and Denver locked in a 16-16 tie.
We're seeing the girls from Boyden-Hull right now. I don't think they would have expected to be in this spot right now where Denver had to call the first time out of this set, but a great run for the Comets. I think they've scored about 4 or 5 points in a row.
Trailed 16-11. That is a 5-0 run, and now we'll have a service violation. Crossing over was Mara on the serve, so Denver, who's only trailed once, and that was after the first point of the set, back in front 17-16.
I do a few volleyball games throughout the year. I think that's the first foot fault I've seen all season.
Agreed. And we both have done quite a bit.
We've done quite a bit, yeah. Just not something you see very often.
Serving will be the setter, Johnson. Hoig setting up on the right side. That goes long by Bumgar's, no touch. And Denver back in front by 2. Back-to-back points after their timeout.
The tough part about it is that's just one little mistake, but if you're Denver, they know to pounce on it.
Boyden-Hull struggling in serve receive, and that's going to be outside the antenna, and another point for Denver. And now a timeout called by Boyden-Hull. Each team uses a timeout. Boyden-Hull will try to get momentum back in their favor when we return. More championship volleyball on the way.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Boyden-Hull calling a timeout after Denver scores 3 in a row. Following a Cyclone timeout, Denver back in control. Set number 1, 19-16, Class 2A quarterfinal. Denver the top seed, 44-3. Boyden-Hull the number 8 seed. Meeting for the 4th time overall, 3rd time at the state championship. And the Comets with a hitting error. And the run continues for Denver, 20-16 Cyclones.
And unfortunately for Boyden-Hull, they have nobody but themselves to blame. There's been 2 attacking errors. We had the service violation across the line. They've just been kind of in their own way.
Hoyt setting outside to Elsie. Hoyt cuts it around the block. Take that back, reversed it.
Absolutely.
Elsie to Clara.
Yeah, it's the one time we say that throughout the rotation there, but that's a great swing because the block was set up all the way along the antenna there, and she just sneaks it into the short corner there going down that line.
Jacqueline Bergstrom in the serve for the Comets, who have some work to do. They fought back to tie it at 16, but then Denver goes on a run and a missed serve by the Comets. 21-17, Denver 4 points away from the opening set. Denver will have serve. Continue to monitor court 2. Western Dubuque 2 points away from that match in a Class 3A quarterfinal. Serving will be McEwen for the Cyclones. And we are set to go. Mackenzie McEwen, a sophomore. Went on a bit of a service run, and I jinxed her. That's on me. 21-18, missed serve. Comets with the side out.
Well, and if you're Boyden-Hull, you feel like you just got a gift, right? You got a side out, and then you served it into the net. You got to try and capitalize on these few side outs you may get.
Baumgar serving for the Comets. Cyclones underneath it. Johnson sets it up to the right side. Good get. Diving save by Avery Veldkamp for the Comets. And the Comets on the left side send it out of bounds. Point Denver, their lead 22-18.
Yeah, Elsie just got a little underneath that one. Couldn't quite get the downward action on it.
Another timeout called by Boyden-Hull, their second and final of this first set. We'll take a break. More championship volleyball on the way.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We are back at the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Boyden-Hull using their second and final timeout, trailing top seed Denver in this first set of the 2A quarterfinal, 22-18. Comets in serve receive. Hoig will send it across. Kept alive by Denver. Johnson will set up the middle. Bumped across by Denver. Comets see what they can do. They'll go on the right side. Hoig on the attack. Kept alive by the Cyclones. Punched over by Denver. Hoig now sets up Elsie Hoig and puts it away. Elsie Hoig with the kill. Side out Comets needed that.
Yeah, they really needed that, and now they need a couple to go their way right after that. You gotta keep it somewhat close because we've talked about it before. If you're playing side out volleyball, it's not going to work.
Clara Hoig, the senior setter, all-state player, set up to the middle. Cyclones dug up by Hoig. Comets will be out of system. They'll send it across. Cyclones dig it up. Here's Rosenkrantz. Big swing, kept alive by Bumgars. Joust at the net. Comets unable to control it. Point Denver.
Yeah, there was just too much traffic in the way there, and the net also didn't help things either. Just not able to do anything with that.
23-19, Denver close to this first set win. Bumgars with a good pass. Hoig on the right side, hitting it off the block, but it's blocked down. Rena Niblink blocked by Denver. Set point coming up. Set point coming up for the Cyclones, and it'll be Rosekrantz serving. Comets go back to the right side, and down it goes. A successful attack by Boyden-Hull.
Yeah, great recovery there by Nibelink after being denied on the last point. Gets a really solid swing there.
Still set point, 24-20. Serving will be Denny Bogard, two-time all-conference libero for the Comets. Serve taken by Akers. Hit over by the Cyclones. Comets will try to capitalize. They'll send it across. Denver in system. They'll send it outside. Mullahan. Bogard keeps it alive. And on the right side, Comets. Great save by the Cyclones to extend the point. Hoig to the middle. Down it goes. Killed by Mackenzie Rensink.
Well, this is what the Comets needed. It could be too little too late, but they've given themselves the opportunities to keep this set alive.
Rensink, 2 kills, 3 swings, hitting 67%. Set point number 3 for the Cyclones. Long run. Johnson's got a bump set it. On the left side, Comets get a touch. Hoig outside to Clara Hoig. Kept alive. Here come the Cyclones out of the middle, and down it goes. That is Murch, who finishes off the first set, winning it 25-21. Denver wins the first set of this Class 2A quarterfinal. More from the Extreme Arena when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. It is Tuesday, a quarterfinal day in Class 2A. Set number 1 goes to top seed Denver, 25-21. Let's take a look at the Sioux Cup stats from that first set. Both teams totaled 13 kills. Denver, significant advantage, hitting percentage, 31% to 18%. Your blocks relatively even, 2-1 in favor of the Comets. You reverse that number, 2-1 aces favor Denver in a tightly played first set.
Well, and the highlight there is, again, kind of like we talked about at the end of the first set, Denver has not made as many mistakes as Boyden-Hull has had. And not every attacking error is a mistake on your own. It's a great block by your opponent, things like that. But Denver's just put themselves in more scenarios to win points, to be successful, and to, obviously take set 1 like they did.
Denver, just 3 hitting errors in that first set, hitting over 30%. And I always think 25% at this level of volleyball is kind of a good thing to do. They're well above that mark.
Oh, yeah. Well, and they're well above that for the season. They're hitting almost 300 the entire season. So just shows how efficient you can be when you're doing everything right. You're getting in system. You're getting the ball up to your top hitters and making plays.
Individually, Denver led by the Mullahan sisters. 4 kills for Grace, 3 for Bailey. You switch it over to the Comets. 4 kills for Clara Hoig and 3 for Elsie Hoig. And those are some of your individual leaders. Clara Hoig with those 8 assists. She does a little bit of everything. 9 assists for Johnson, the Denver setter. Set number 2, it'll be Denver, the top seed Cyclone, serving first. And on the left side, Elsie Hoig gives the Comets their second lead of the match, 1-0. in favor of Boyden-Hull.
And I think you had alluded to it in set one a little bit. Serve receive not quite as clean for Boyden-Hull at times. If they can keep serve receiving like that and make clean passes like that, they're going to be all right in this set.
Clara Hoig to serve out of the middle. Comets with the block. Cyclones will send it over. Comets will have it in system. Out of the middle. That's Nibbelink who puts it away. And the Comets out to a 2-0 lead.
I know it's the first 2 points, but we're seeing the roles reversed. Denver right now is struggling to get in system. Boyden-Hull is just getting what they want offensively.
It's funny how that first contact is so key.
I mean, it's make or break for a point sometimes.
In system now, Johnson goes back row. That's out of bounds. And another point for the Comets. Doing exactly what they need to do here in a second set.
Yeah, this is exactly the start Boyden-Hull needed, because sometimes this big a cushion is just too much to surmount if you play side-out volleyball the rest of the way.
Hoig serves it into the net, and Denver on the scoreboard for the first time in set 2. 3-1, Comets with the lead. The winner will advance to the semifinals later on this week. Back to serve will be Madeline Hildebrandt, the junior. Hildebrandt serving. Serves it to the back corner. Comets out of system. Bogard with a bump set, and it goes into the net. Point, Denver, trailing 3-2.
These girls make it so easy, but that play is so tough. You're passing it over your head and trying to basically pinpoint it on the antenna, and you do the best you can with the situation you're in, but that's a really tough play.
Comets again, serve receive, not spot on. They'll send a free ball across. Big attack and swing by Molahan. Comets will send it to the left side pin. Hoig sends it over. Good get by the Cyclones. Back to Molahan on the left side. Tools it off the block for the kill. That's Bailey Molahan with the point.
And the Boyden-Hull block just not quite as tight over the net like it needed to be, unfortunately, on that point. And Bailey Molahan's going to exploit that if she gets an opportunity.
We're tied at 3. Bailey Molahan's 700-plus career kills. Outside Hoig. Cross court, down it goes. That's Elsie Hoig again for the Comets, and Boyden-Hull back in front, 4-3. For Hoig, that is kill number 5. That leads the Comets. Pretty good balance. 4 for Clara, 3 for Nibbelink. Denny Bogard back to serve. Bogard serving. Johnson on the second ball. Sends it over. Comets return it. Back to the middle, and a successful attack. Got thrown off by a whistle. I thought it was over earlier, but it was Grace Molahan who ties it up.
The nice thing about Denver is if you just say Molahan with the kill, you're probably going to be right more often than not.
Yes, you will be. You got probably a 50% chance, if not better.
I was going to say it better sometimes.
And that's a double contact call against the Comets. And Denver with their first lead of set 2 after the serve by Ackerson. 5-4, set 2. Ackerson back to serve. Handled by Bogard. Bump set to the right-hand side for the Comets, and down it goes. Successful kill for Elsie Hoig again, who ties the score at 5.
Yeah, great swing. She saw the block, knew how to swing to kind of sneak it around there, and had enough power to get it off as well.
Hoig will drop back to serve. Mara will play the front row, left side pin in this lineup along with Bumgars, and down it goes. Successful attack by Molahan again. 6-5 in favor of Denver. Back to serve will be the setter, Channing Johnson. Denver in this 5-1 will have the 3 attackers up front with the setter in the back row. Serve handled by the Comets. Back set. Bumgar's got to bump it across. Here comes Denver in system. Johnson, backside set to Rosecrans, puts it away. Rosecrans.
Right on the end line. You just can't put it any better than that. A pinpoint kill for the 2-point lead.
Boy, when Denver, it's the same point we've been making, but when Denver passes it clean, they have some potent, strong attackers.
Well, and that's why they attack so efficiently throughout the season, is because their passes are so crisp, and it's like putting a softball on a tee, right? You're just asking for it to be hit right up the middle and for a base hit.
A kill from Rensink for Boyden-Hull, and the Comets with the side out. Serving will be Mara. Chance to tie it early here in set 2. Out of system, Cyclones will send it across. See what the Comets can do. They also are out of system. Left side by Bumgars. Johnson underneath it. Backside set, Rosecrans. Kept alive by the Comets momentarily, and that is just out of bounds. Clara Hoig tried to make a play, but just missed it in the side out for Denver.
Yeah, did not miss by much, though. I like the idea, like you said, a couple of those passes, they were out of system, so that's when you can kind of try and throw that second touch across.
McEwen serving for Denver, trying to build on a 2-point lead. Long run for the setter, Hoig, and Comets unable to get to the third contact. 9-6 is the score in favor of Denver. Good serve by McEwen, setting up that point. McEwen will back to serve again. 9-6 Denver, who leads this match 1-0 and a service error. 9-7 in favor of Denver.
Well, both teams have their own weapons in the serving game, and they've been able to have the impact throughout most of this match. Just, sometimes you short one and it ends up messing up the system a little bit.
Bergstrom serving. First contact handled by Akers. Set goes outside. Murch on the attack. Comets out of the middle, and the block is there. Solo block by Miley Thurm, 6'1 junior, point for Denver.
I love plays like that. It's middle on middle, mano-y-mano.
You bet.
Bring it. That's the best kind of plays, and Thurm just put up a tremendous block on Nibbling.
Serving will be Akers. Down the line, long run for Hoig, and it'll be hit over by Bogart. Bogart with the attack outside. Rosecrans puts it away. Rosecrans with another kill. 11 Senver. Rosecrans checking to see how many kills. 8, 4.
Yep.
4.
No
errors.
Swings. Yeah, that's again just showing how efficient Denver is offensively.
Comets struggling in serve receive. Hoig, left side, doesn't matter. Good shot by Clara Hoig to put that away. Finishes off that Comets point. Riley Bumgar's back to serve. Comets trailing by 3, set 2. Denver leads the match 1-0. Bumgar's deep serve. Well, handled well by Murch. Rosecrans sent back by the Comets. And Murch dug up by the Comets. Denver scrambling. They'll send a free ball across. Bumgar's. Hoig outside to Elsie Hoig. Good dig by Denver. Joust at the net. One at the net by Mullahan.
What a dig by McEwen. That ball could not have been more than an inch off the ground, and she somehow got it up.
Timeout called by the Comets. Their first of set 2. Denver leads the set 12-8. More championship volleyball when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Championship presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau's 2A quarterfinal. Top seed Denver leading number 8 seed Boyden-Hull 1-0. Leading set 2, Daniel, 12-8. Timeout Comets. What are they talking about, Daniel?
Well, I think right now serve receive's got to be primary number 1. Number 2, got to get those blocks a little tighter. Right now Denver's kind of exploiting the front row defense for Boyden-Hull.
Boyden-Hull right now just 3 blocks, and they got to get the high hands up, get some tips if nothing else. Slow down the attack by Denver. Hoig sends it across. Cyclones in system, tipping it over the block. And a kill there by Denver, and they extend the lead 13-8.
Yeah, again, it's all of the things right there, right? A bad in-system first touch, and then, they just tip around a block that just had no chance to shut it down.
Rosecrans serving. Overpass by the Cyclones, and it's put away at the net by the Comets. Boyden-Hull with the kill. Raina Nibelink called her name a few times. 13-9 in favor of Denver. Comets will serve in this rotation, trailing by 4 in set 2, trailing the match 1-0. Serve taken by Akers. Set goes outside. Left side pin. Comets dig it up with Bumgars. Hoig on the left side. Found an opening. Corner. Elsie Hoig puts it away. 13-10. Denver.
And that's a great attack by Elsie Hoig. And if you're Denver, you'll just take that. I mean, she's not going to be able to find that corner the whole match. You just kind of say, all right, next point.
Clara Hoig to serve. Denver on the outside, putting it away. Murch blocked back by Boyden-Hull. Murch will get a second swing. Down the line, got it. Second effort, Murch puts it away. 14-10, Cyclones.
That's a great adjustment by a freshman, no less, to say, all right, my first swing, it got totally snuffed out. What do I need to do? I need to get up a little bit higher. I need to swing a little earlier and sneak it over the block that way.
Hildebrandt back to serve. Hildebrandt, Bumgars has it. Hit over by Comets, out of bounds with Nibelink. And another point for Denver as they extend the lead to 5. Cyclones back to serve again with Hildebrandt. Comets with 1 timeout remaining. Serve handled by Bogart. Outside, Hoig got another kill. Elsie Hoig with the kill for the Comets. Needed that, and they got it, 15-11.
And a great spot, too. Just split the back row. You put it pretty much right in the sweet spot there. It usually ends up getting down to the floor.
Elsie Hoig with a match-high 8 kills right now. Bogart serving. Johnson fires it out to the left side. Comets block it back. It'll be sent over by Denver. Hoig has options. That's Nibelink Rensink in the middle. Chased down and returned by the Cyclones. Comets have it in system. Rensink got it this time. Second effort, Mackenzie Rensink with the kill.
And that was just a great, stick with it for Boyden-Hull. Denver's going to dig up a lot of your swings, but if you can keep them from getting going offensively, you just got to keep hammering, and eventually you'll break through.
Bogard serving, outside attack. Comets win another point as that ball goes in the net off of Mullahan. Comets with a nice run, getting back into this. 15-13 is the score. Bogard back to serve again. Can the Comets cut it to 1? Serve handled by Akers out of the back row. The setter, Johnson, not sure if she meant to do that, but it goes over to the Comet side, who will return it. Johnson now to the middle. Down it goes. Hitting it down was Grace Mullahan for the kill.
Yeah, it might have been intentional, because if you remember that touch she played over, Mullahan kind of faked the swing, and maybe you just keep the Comets on their heels and set them up for the real thing the second time around.
And here's the serve by Denver, goes into the net by Ackerson. And the service error. Comets, a little bit of momentum. They're within 2. Chance to cut it even tighter here.
Yeah, but the crucial point is, if they do tie it up here, is can they keep it going? Because this was about the point where things went the wrong way before.
Serve receive for Denver. They'll attack out of the middle. Good get by Hoig out of the back row. Set goes to the right-hand side. Cyclones block it. Mara on the left side for Boyden-Hull. Did that it? Yes, it did. Mara with the kill. Point Comets. They're within 1.
Yeah, great effort. I think it was Benham that nearly got that one. She thought she did, but Boyden-Hull just sneaks it by her on the dive attempt.
Comets with a chance to tie it. Here's the serve from Elsie Hoig. Denver setting it up outside. That's Mullahan. Comets underneath it. They'll send it over to Mara, who will bump it across. Pushed back over by Denver. Kind of a broken play all the way around. Who wants to control it? Mullahan will send it back over. Comets on the attack. Rensink. Diving get by Denver. They'll flip it over with the setter, Channing Johnson, and a point by Denver.
What a play. You like you said, it's kind of busted all the way around. Nobody can get into rhythm, and the Denver Cyclones get it done.
Substitutions today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMTINS.com. Another missed serve by Denver, their second in a row. And the Comets have another chance to tie this set. Trailing by 1, 17-16. Mara back to serve. She's got an ace in this match so far. Mara serving. Handled by Akers out of the back row, set off the net. And it's Rosekrantz who puts it away. Off the net, kind of a busted play again, but delivers. 18-16, Denver with the lead.
Again, it just speaks volumes when Denver's bad touches, their bad swings still end up being incredibly effective.
Tough ball for Rosecrans to handle. It was well off the net. She didn't hit it all that hard, but it was placed well. Bogart in serve receive for the Comets. They'll chase it down. Sending it over is Rensink, and on the swing, out of bounds by Rosecrans, and the Comets get the side out.
And you see Coach Jamie Johnson says, you know what, I like that. I like the aggressiveness. It's not going to work every time, but if you keep going, those overpass first touch kills become so dangerous if you can effectively put them down.
Comets have another chance to tie it. This is Bergstrom serving. Hit over by Denver. And we got a lift called.
A net violation.
Okay, a net violation on Denver, and the Comets have come all the way back. Boyden-Hull ties it at 18.
Well, the Comets are building a little bit of momentum. Like you said, the fans are starting to get into it. This is a really big point here.
Denver with a good pass. Johnson set to the right side. Rosecrans hits it long. And the first time in a while, Boyden-Hull has the lead, 19-18.
I mentioned it too. This was the point where Denver pulled away in set one. If the Comets can keep it close, they got a good shot, I think.
Bergstrom serving. Handled by Denver. Johnson throws it outside. Mullahan, and she puts it away. It's always nice when you have one of the Mullahans on the other end, and she delivers a kill. We're tied at 19.
Yeah, that was another great pass, and you just have, when you have two top players, it makes everybody be able to have a huge impact in this match too.
Grace Mullahan, 7 kills to lead Denver. Free ball coming across by Boyden-Hull. See what Denver dials up. They'll go to the middle, and down it goes. Grace Mullahan with the kill, and Denver back in front by 1.
And if you're Boyden-Hull, it's not quite panic time. It's only 1 point. This is still gettable. You just got to stick with it, preferably get a side out here.
Here's the serve by Akers. Set goes to Hoig on the left side. Denver gets a touch. They'll set up Mullahan on the left side pin, covered by the Comets. Back row Hoig. Handled by Denver. No, they're not going to get to it. 4 hits. And Hoig with the back row attack. We're tied at 20.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Comets. They're still in it. They still feel like they can do it, and there's still timeouts all the way around as well.
Here's the serve by the Comets to break the tie. That is the rare dig and kill combo, I guess. Denver with the points.
Yeah, serve, receive, dig, kill. You get all of it at one. And, yeah, at some point you just need something like that to go your way, too.
Rosecrans serving, 21-20. Not sure how they'll officially stat that, but it's interesting. Outside. On the attack, kept alive by Bogart. Set goes to Hoig on the left side, and she's going to tool it, I think. No touch. Denver gets the point, 22-20. And a timeout called by the Comets, 22-20. Denver back in front. More championship volleyball when we return.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Extreme Arena. We are in Coralville, Iowa, home of the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Set number 2, Class 2A quarterfinal. Top seed Denver leading number 8 seed Boyden-Hull 1-0. Denver leading set 2 in a tight one, 22-20. Comets using their final timeout of this set. Try to calm things down, needing a side out, Daniel.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I don't like saying you have to get a side out, but this feels like a point you got to get one.
Comets go to the right side. Denver digs it up. They'll tip it across. Comets with it in control. They'll try to answer with a tip. Little ping pong at the net. Comets get control. Hoig tools it off the block. Elsie Hoig with a big point. And the Comets get their side out.
Yeah, they get exactly what they needed there. That was a crucial point. They had to have it. And now they got to probably get one back here too, because Denver, if they get another side out, it's going to be tough to get the serve back, I think.
22-21, Clara Hoig, an ace ace by Clara Hoig. That's always a good thing. Aces today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Tied at 22. We will have a timeout, and we're going to keep it here. Tied at 22 all, set number 2, and a set that Boyden-Hull's trying to tie this matchup at one set apiece.
Yeah, well, and again, they've gotten exactly what they needed. That's a great timeout from Coach Johnson. Just got to, remind them, hey, we did this before. We've already finished off a first set. We just got to get back to what's worked. And, I like Denver's chances, but the Comets have the momentum right now, so it's going to be interesting. Can Denver get a side out, or is Boyden-Hull going to continue their run? And I think that'll go a long way to determining this set.
This is the first of 4 quarterfinal contests in Class 2A. The second one is just going to get underway on Court 2. 2-seed Eddiesville, Blakesburg, Fremont, taking on number 7-seed Regina Catholic from Iowa City. The other 2 matches, Dike New Hartford against Applington Parkersburg and Beckman Catholic against South Hardin. And that would complete the Class 2A bracket.
Boy, Clara Hoig was just ready to go. We got to serve this up. She's got to redo it again.
Forgot to wait for the whistle.
Yep. It's kind of important.
Kind of important. And a great play by the setter, Channing Johnson. We've seen her do that from time to time. Comes up big here with the flip and a kill.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to pull it out because you're expecting, after giving up a couple points, you're expecting we just need to get into our offense, and then Channing just dumps it over and totally throws you off.
Hildebrandt serving with a 1-point lead. Denver with serve. Comets setting up Hoig on the left side, and it's a Toole. Tied at 23. Hoig with another big kill for the Comets. 11 for Elsie Hoig in 30 swings. We're tied at 23. Denny Bogard back to serve for Boyden-Hull.
And Denny stretching out that left leg a little bit. I wonder if she kind of landed on it a little weird.
And sending it over Denver. And that'll give the Cyclones set point up 24-23. I would agree, Daniel. Bogard doesn't look.
No, she doesn't. But she's not going to be taken off this court right now.
Absolutely not. But she came up a little bit gimpy. And Comet setting up the middle, and into the net it goes. Denver scoring the last 2 points of set 2. They win set 2, 25-23. Top-seeded Cyclones with a 2-0 lead. More from the Extreme Arena when we return.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
I just come up with.
And welcome to the Extreme Arena. Welcome back to the Extreme Arena, Coralville, Iowa, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Taking a look at the Sioux Cup stats through 2 sets. It is Denver with a slight lead, 29-28 in total kills. Denver has the advantage hitting-wise, 28% to 21%. Blocking-wise, dead even at 2. Ace serves slightly favored Denver. not much discrepancy when you look at the stats, and we've played 2 close sets, Daniel, 25-21, 25-23. Could have gone either way in each of the first 2 sets, and the stats would support that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the tough part about volleyball is you can say, well, the score is 2-0, so Denver's blowing out Boyden-Hull, but it was 25-21, 25-23, and like the Sukup stats just showed, they are incredibly close. The efficiencies have come together. You know, both of these teams are getting in-system passes. You can see how the percentage of assists to kills, almost every kill has gotten an assist attached to it, and these balls are coming up too with the digs that each side has been able to retrieve. So it's been a very back and forth, very competitive matchup, and pretty much everything supports that.
The winner will advance to the semifinals. That will be on Wednesday at 4 p.m. back here on court number 1. And they will get the winner of our second match today in a quarterfinal. Dyke New Hartford, Appleton Parkersburg in a 4-5 match coming up next here on court number 1. Here we go, set number 3. Comets will serve first. And out of the serve receive, Denver sends it across. Comets go back on the attack, and they capitalize. Putting it down is Jenna Volink for Boyden-Hull, and they lead 1-0.
A really good start. Jenna gets her first kill of the match. She had swung it 6 times, couldn't get one down until that point.
And the Comets, they missed the serve, and we're tied 1-1 in set 3. Comets need this third set. They need a win. Down 2-0 in this Class 2A quarterfinal. Comets and serve receive. Hoig outside to Elsie Hoig. Kept alive by Denver, and they'll attack out of the middle. Comets dig it up. Elsie Hoig will get another swing. Denver digs it up outside, and a big swing. Bogert digs it over. Here comes another swing by Mullahan. Comets control it on the right side. Down it goes. Back-to-back kills, Jenna Volink. And Comets with the 2-1 lead.
And it doesn't matter who's got the hot hand at that moment, but whoever does, you got to find her. And right now, Jenna Volink's got it. The Comets are not afraid to go to her after hardly passing it to her in the first 2 sets.
Denny Bogard to serve. Glad to see that she is still out there. We both thought that she came up limping a little bit to end set 3, and the Comets win another point, 3-1. Comets doing what they need to do in set 3 with the early lead.
Yeah, she seems none the worse for it, which is good because she has been key to when the Comets do get in system, get good serve receive. She's usually been the driving force.
Overpass. Boyden-Hull unable to put it down. Johnson will set up Mullahan. She'll hit it across. Comets. Bogard back set to the left side. Blocked back by Denver. Comets will reload. Hoig sends it over. Cyclones on the attack, and Comets keep it alive. Here comes Denver in system, outside, tipping it down for the kill. Bailey Mullahan with the kill and a side out for Denver.
Something goes that long, you got to change something up, and that's exactly what Bailey does. Just softens the touch, gets a nice drop down.
And into serve will be for Denver. This is Ackerson. Baumgarten serve receive, set to the right side. And we got a double contact called against the Comets setter. We're tied at 3.
Just not quite squared up with the pass, and you get the arms on different heights. That's gonna force the call.
And the Comets go to the right side, sent back by Denver. Comets will readjust. They'll set it up right side again. Down it goes, Elsie Hoig. She's got a match-high 12 kills for the sophomore, Elsie Hoig.
Yeah, you can tell who they want to go to, and you know the best part is they've been going to her a lot. She's been coming up with big kills a lot, and that's exactly what you need out of your top hitter.
She's been set 36 times. Next most is 12, and that's Clara Hoig, her sister, who is also the setter. And on the attack, there's a block by Mackenzie Rensink, and Boyden-Hull with a 5-3 lead.
Well, that was good to see for Rensink. There was a lot of movement on that swing from Bailey Mullahan. She was coming from the outside to the middle, and Rensink just wasn't fooled.
Serving for the Comets, outside Mullahan, roll shot. Bogard positioned beautifully. Outside Mara, she'll tool it off the block for the kill. Mara with the kill, Comets lead 6-3. Checking my notes, this might be the largest lead for Boyden-Hull of the match.
Yep. It wouldn't be surprising at this point.
And there's a missed serve by Boyden-Hull, but a good series by the Comets. They lead 6-4 in a must-win third set.
Yeah, if nothing else, that run gives you some confidence, right? You know, it gives you the, hey, we can do this. We can hang with these guys. Just got to, put in the work.
And they get a free one back as Channing Johnson misses the serve. Comets by 3. Addison Mara back to serve for Boyden-Hull. Both of these teams, they've been here before. Second straight appearance for the Comets. They were in Class 1A last year, making the jump to 2A. Upset Hinton in the regional final to get here. And in system, Thurm puts it away for Denver.
Great timing on that quick attack. And that's one of the toughest shots to defend in all of volleyball, I feel like. And when you get your setter and middle on the same timing, that can be huge for your offensive success.
That quick attack plus the slide to the middle, my two favorite plays in volleyball.
I agree. And they're so tough to defend.
Yeah.
You got to be looking for it, and most people aren't.
Denver will serve, trailing by 2, and another service error. They've had quite a few service errors, keeping Boyden-Hull in this. That's their 9th of the match.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. It's keeping Boyden-Hull in it. It's keeping their confidence high. If you want to, run away with this third set, you gotta, stop the unforced errors at this point.
And as we speak, Comets return the favor. All is equal. It's 8-6. Back to serve will be Akers for the Cyclones.
Both teams bitten by the bug, evidently.
We are in set 3, Class 2A quarterfinal of the 1-8 matchup. Denver with a 2-0 lead over number 8 Boyden-Hull. Cyclones get it back. Rosekrantz on the right side puts it away. Rosekrantz with the kill. And it's 8-7. Denver within 1.
Well, those are tough plays. Raina Niblink right after the block. She tried to keep it up, and you think you're doing a good thing, but you've got other people behind you that are ready to cover your back as well.
Denver with a chance to tie it. Bogart has to take second ball. Hoig on the attack and puts it away. Clara Hoig that time for the kill for Boyden-Hull. 9-7 is the score. Baumgart's back to serve for Boyden-Hull. Comets to serve with a 2-point lead. Down the line. Played nicely by the Cyclones. Getting it back on the left side. Down it goes. That was Murch on a strong left side attack.
Yep, and with the aided confirmation of a net violation, you just can't do it better than that.
Rosekrantz serving. Boyden-Hull. Tough ball for the setter to handle. She did it well. Denver outside. That is Mullahan again. Good get by Baumgars for Boyden-Hull. Denver out of system now. It'll be hit over by the setter. See what the Comets can do with it. Hoig outside to Elsie Hoig. Kept alive by Denver. Teams diving all over place on a wild point won by Denver, and they tie it at 9.
Yep. If you can get points like that to go your way, it usually spells some success for the rest of the set.
We're tied at 9. Rosekrantz with the ace. Ace serve. Aces in today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Denver's best run of this third set. They move in front 10-9. Another serve by Rosekrantz. Dumped over. Good play by the setter, Clara Hoig. Substitutions today's game brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. We are tied at 10 in set 3. Comets, the setter, Clara Hoig to serve. Bump set outside. Murch hits it out of bounds. Point Comets, and they move back in front 11-10.
Yeah, that was just a tough scenario. Grace Mullahan had to make the second pass there, and just didn't quite get the passing and the in-system offense they wanted.
Johnson outside. More conventional role for Murch. Murch on the attack, and we got a violation, double contact called against the Comets.
Yeah, that was a tough point because the dig was low already, and so trying to get underneath it was even trickier for Clara Hoig, the setter.
Tied at 11 between Denver and Boyden-Hull. Denver leads the match 2-0. Baumgart's in serve receive. Hoig will bump it across. Played by Denver. They'll throw it outside. Here's Mullahan. Good get by Bogard. Kept alive by Hoig. Denver back in system. Back out to Mullahan. That one's out of bounds. And a point for Boyden-Hull. They move back in front, 12-11.
I mean, great fight from Denny Bogard. We talked about it. She might still be feeling a little bit of pain, but that doesn't mean she's not going to get in the way of a Bailey Mullahan swing and keep her team in it.
And they need her out there.
They do.
She is number one in passing.
She's an all-state libero last year. Really good.
She handles that attack by the Cyclones. Boyden-Hull sends it out of bounds, however, and we're tied at 12. Tied at 12 in a very tight third set. Previous two were tight as well. Went down to the wire in each of them. This will be Ackerson serving, and she misses the serve. Boyden-Hull back in front, 13-12.
Well, Denver had attacked that sideline a couple times on serves, and the Comets were ready for her, but then they were also ready to get out of dodge when that serve was coming long.
13-12, Comets back in front by one. Comets facing a must-win third, and if we get that far, fourth set. Out of the middle, punched over by Thurm. Comets dig it up. Mara will tip it across. Good get by the Cyclones to return it. Comets with it. Out of the middle, hit over by Rensing. Set goes outside. Big swing by Mullahan. Blocked by Boyden-Hull.
That was a great adjustment because Rensing, I think, thought, here comes the power, but, Bailey changed speeds and Rensing was able to get her hands over to adjust to the soft stuff.
Rensing in on her fourth block of the match, which leads all players. Overpass. Rensing tried to put it down. Johnson is there to cover. Denver on the attack. Hit over by Mullahan. Comets will chase it down. Free ball coming over. Johnson has options. She'll do the flip. She'll take care of it herself. And a side out for Denver.
And that's a heady play for a number of reasons. But like we talked about, I think, in the last set, when your offense is just not able to get in system, sometimes you just need to say, all right, the third touch is not going to be an option. We just got to take care of things early.
Channing Johnson with the ace. And we are tied at 14 on the ace serve by the setter Johnson. Aces in today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. Another ace for Johnson. We're tied at 14. Set goes to the middle to Rensing, who puts it away. Comets back in front by one.
That's a great power tip. Rensing, redirected it well, was able to tuck it in that short corner where there's not a whole lot of defense to dig it up.
Ace serves 5-2 favoring Denver. Back to serve is Mara for Boyden-Hull. Serve taken by Akers in the back row. Right side attack, and it's a big one. Putting it down, Mullahan on the right side, and we're tied at 15.
Well, that's kind of a unique thing to see. We don't see Bailey over there on that right side a lot, but she can make plays happen, and just proving again how versatile of a hitter she can be.
Had some velocity behind that. Back to serve will be Bailey Mullahan. And she'll serve. Bogard, nice handle. Back row attack, hit over by Hoy. Johnson digs it up. Out of system ball coming for the Cyclones. Down the line, and it's good. Rosecrans puts it away. Denver back in front.
It's crazy to me that it's already 16-15. This set's been flying by. These two have been separated by only a couple points throughout this third set. It'll be interesting to see who bowls away.
And a missed serve. We're tied at 16. Not certain, but I don't know if either team's called a timeout.
That's correct. Yeah, we haven't had a timeout this entire set, so it's been that close. You just haven't had a reason to call a timeout, and so at this point you just got to let the girls figure it out until you're forced to call one.
Bergstrom serving. Back row attack coming by Denver. Comets scrambling. Baumgars into the net. Point Denver. Denver by one, 17-16. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Akers back to serve. Denver trying to close it out in 3, trying to save their legs from a few jumps. They'd like to win it in 3 if they could, expecting good things this season at the state tournament as the number 1 seed. Cyclones get it back. Rosecrans on the right side. Kept keeping it alive as Boyden-Hull, and down it goes. Comets tied at 17.
And we just keep going back and forth. I'm just not certain that anybody's going to have much of a leg up in this one. We might be able to finish this set without a timeout at this rate.
Comets with Baumgart serving for the lead. Overpass by Denver. Hoig underneath it. Outside to Elsie Hoig. Punched over. Back by Denver. Comets have it. They'll tip it across. Denver gets it back. Johnson outside. Roll shot by Murch. Down it goes. Murch with the kill. And Denver by 1, 18-17.
Well, that's a very costly point. Boyden-Hull got 2 free balls over, and they couldn't capitalize on either one. Denver finally gets in system, and they put it away easily.
Rosecrans serving. Hoig outside to the right. And putting it away. Good swing by Raina Nibelink. And what, for the 10th straight time, a side out. Neither team able to score on serve.
No, it's just been incredible how tight these two teams have played. Again, like we said, 1-8. It's not a gimme at this state tournament.
Clara Hoig serving. And tough ball. Good get by Bogart. How she got that, I'll never know. Here comes Denver on the attack again. Blocked back by the Comets. Johnson's trying to buy her team some time, sends it across. Hoig tools it off the block. Big point by the Comets, and they lead 19-18.
Yeah, if Denny's teammates don't get her like an ice cream cone after this matchup is over, then they're not great teammates, because she has kept them in so many points that they don't deserve to be in.
And Clara Hoig misses the serve. We are tied at 19. Tied at 19 in an up-for-grabs third set at stake. Trip to the state semifinals. Denver leading the match 2-0. Boyden-Hull trying to keep their season going with a win here in set 3. Hildebrandt serving. Taken by Bogart in the back row. Hoig outside Elsie Hoig. Kept alive by Hildebrandt. Bump set to the left side. Down it goes. A swing by Bailey Mullahan. And Denver back in front, and we got a timeout. Timeout called by Boyden-Hull, their first timeout of set 3, called by Justine Dreyer. More championship volleyball when we return.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Boyden-Hull, the number 8 seed, calling a timeout, trailing top seed Denver 20-19 in a must-win third set for the Comets. Trailing this match 2-0. First timeout called, our first break in the action, in a hectic third set, a back-and-forth third set.
Well, and I think in any other match, in any other scenario, if you call a timeout at 20-19, I'd probably say what you're doing. But in a match like this, it was a much-needed timeout, and they get rewarded with a side out right away.
Missed serve by Denver. We're tied at 20. It's a game to 5, win by 2 here in set 3. Bogard back to serve. She has played so well for this Comets team. A little banged up, too, best we can tell. And now Denver gets a point on a busted play. 21-20, Denver with the lead.
Yeah, the Comets had a block there, and they just couldn't quite recover cleanly off of it.
Serving will be Mullahan. And top of the tape and an ace. Aces in today's match brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit channelseed.com today. And a timeout. We'll keep it here. Boyden-Hull will use their final timeout after that ace serve. A tough break. Those usually work out 50-50 in the end, but the timing of that is big for both teams.
Yeah, because this 2-point lead almost feels insurmountable at this point with how close this set has been. Neither one has really led by more than one, probably since the start of the set. I think it was about 7-5, and we've pretty much played tight since then. So, yeah, it's make or break now. You know, the Comets wanted to be in this scenario. They wanted to be there at the end. Now they're going to need to figure out how to finish a set, something they haven't been able to do yet in this match.
It'll be Denver's serve coming out of the Boyden-Hull second and final timeout. First pass imperative here. You got to nail the first pass. And serving will be Grace Mullahan. Just got the ace serve, and Bogart takes first contact. Boyden-Hull on the right side. Into the net it goes. And Denver 2 points away from the match.
You talk about the first touch being imperative, the second touch not quite there that time, and that resulted in the swing in the net.
Another serve by Mullahan. Here come the Comets outside. Big swing by Volling. Blocked back by Denver. And Boyden-Hull regroups. They'll go outside. Elsie Hoy keeps the Comets in this. 23-21. Comets still trail by 2. And Hoig will go to the back row now. She is a weapon out of the back row. They will go back row attack. Overpass by Denver. Joust at the net. Denver wins the point. Big play. I think it was the center Johnson who came away with it. Match point coming up.
Yeah, when you have that much height along the front row, you're just going to win more of those than your opponents.
So Denver will have a couple of match points here, up 24-21. The setter Johnson to serve, overpass, put away at the net, and Denver on that attack by Thurm wins it in straight sets over Boyden-Hull, the 1-8 matchup. Your final score is 25-21, 25-23, 25-21. Denver will move on with a 45-3 record. They have won 9 in a row, and they return to the state semifinals for the second straight year. The Comets, they end their season at 19-13.
And now we are guaranteed to have a North Iowa Cedar League Central Division semifinal, no matter who comes out of the next matchup. It'll be a conference rivalry. We're used to that here in Class 2A, but it's good to see it.
We are going to send it down to the PA for the awards presentation.
Each participating player will receive a medal and commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Assistant Director Taylor Anderson and Executive Director Aaron Gerlich. Congratulations to head coach Justine Dreyer and the Comets from Boyden-Hull on an outstanding 2024 volleyball season. And now, Elena Akers, advance your team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Denver fans, your team advances to the 2A semifinals and will play right here on Court 1 tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
And welcome back to the Extreme Arena. Top seed Denver, a straight set win over number 8 seed Boyden-Hull, 25-21, 25-23, 25-21 Denver. Awaiting the winner of number 4 Dike New Hartford or number 5 Applington Parkersburg. That is the next match here on Court 1. And a great win for top-seeded Denver, Daniel. 45-3 record. Impressive performance.
A very impressive performance. They did a great job of finishing sets. Boyden-Hull put together some good runs. We talked about it in all 3 sets, but in the end, Denver's strength, their talent, their athleticism was able to just narrowly outmatch Boyden-Hull in a. It was a sweep. It's going to say 3 sets to none, but when you're 4 points, 2 points, and 4 points in all 3 sets, this was no standard sweep and no standard 1-8 matchup.
Congratulations to Denver, advancing to the Class 2A semifinals for the second straight year. They will play either Dike New Hartford or Applington Parkersburg. On behalf of our crew here in Coralville, Iowa, and for Daniel Versteg, I am the Matt Boss. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2024 Girls State Volleyball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.